Alright, let's dive right in. I want you to picture this for a moment. Think about a single day at New Delhi railway station. You've got hundreds of thousands of people, millions of footsteps, all that movement, all that energy. Now imagine that across every metro station, every university campus, every crowded temple in India. We're talking about billions and billions of footsteps every single week. What happens to all that kinetic energy? Well, right now it just disappears. It's totally absorbed right into the ground, wasted. And this is happening while India is facing this huge double challenge. Our cities are growing like crazy, and while we desperately need clean, renewable energy. It just doesn't add up. So all of it boils down to just one really powerful question. What if we could capture that massive untapped energy source that is literally right under our feet? That's the problem we're solving with Footsteps to Light, a system that captures wasted footstep energy and turns it into clean, usable electricity. We are Team Voltura, and our mission is simple but powerful. Turn every step into a source of light. India's biggest resource is its people. India has some of the highest daily footfall densities in the world. In fact, our Delhi metro stations can approximate about 500,000 people a day at its peak. Therefore, we are aiming to create self-sustainable energy units independent of the grid. You must be wondering, how exactly do we intend on doing that? Well, our proposed solution is a hybrid energy harvesting tile system labeled PET tiles, creating what we call Footsteps to Light. So what is Footsteps to Light exactly? Well, at its heart, it's a super smart renewable energy system that literally transforms every single step you take into power. It uses these special floor tiles to capture footstep energy with this amazing efficiency. And this is the key, and it makes the whole thing transparent with real-time data monitoring. Okay, so this is where things get really fascinating. How does it exactly work? Well, the secret sauce is something that we call at Team Voltura the hybrid energy engine. Let's get into the tech. This image shows you the core of innovation. You see, unlike other energy harvesting tiles that might just use one type of technology, this design is layered like a sandwich of different systems all working together. It's a hybrid approach, and it's designed to squeeze every last bit of energy out of a single footstep. And here is that triple thread approach. First, you've got the piezoelectric effect. That's a fancy way of saying that it creates electricity from the direct pressure, the stump of a footstep. Second, the triboelectric effect. This one captures the tiny electric charges that are created by friction. And third, you have electromagnetic induction, which uses a tiny magnet and a coil to generate power from the ups and downs movement of the tile itself. By combining all three, pretty much no energy gets wasted. So let's walk through the entire cycle step by step. It all starts with the footstep, right? That one motion triggers the pressure, friction, and movement systems all at once. That raw energy then gets cleaned up and stored in something called a supercapacitor. From there, a converter makes sure that the power is stable enough to run things like light or charging ports. And here's the really smart part. The whole time, an IoT system is gathering data and feeding it live to the dashboard. Okay, the tech is seriously cool. But is it practical? Is it actually viable out there in the real world? Let's talk about numbers and whether this thing can actually work. This is the number that changes everything. Because of the hybrid system that we just talked about, these tiles can deliver 3 to 5 times more renewable power than the standard single technology tiles out there. This is a massive leap in efficiency, and it completely changes the economics of it all. So what does that exactly look like in the real world? Let's take a typical metro station. Say it gets about 100,000 footsteps a day. This system could generate around 250 kilowatt hours every single day. That's enough to power thousands of LED lights or charge thousands of smartphones. Over a full year, this adds up to over 7 lakh in electricity savings every month. And with that kind of savings, the whole project is projected to break even in just 2 or 3 years in a high traffic spot. That means it's not just a cool environmental project, it's genuinely smart economic investment for public spaces. Now, of course, no project is without risks. You might be thinking about the initial cost or how durable these tiles are or the fact that they depend on people working on them. But we thought this through. The hybrid design actually helps to keep the material cost down. The tiles are modular, so if one breaks, you can just easily swap it out. And the whole strategy is to put them where they'll have the biggest impact, the busiest places. So let's zoom out from just a single tile. What does this technology really enable? What is the bigger vision for this walkable future? This slide just shows that we are talking about so much more than just a piece of hardware. This is a complete ecosystem. You've got energy harvesting hardware on one side and it feeds into an entire data monitoring and visualizing system on the other. It's the seamless flow from a physical step to a digital insight. And that ecosystem creates what's known as a triple impact. Environmentally, it's clean energy. That's a no-brainer. Economically, it means cost savings and creating new jobs. And socially, it gets the public involved, raising awareness about sustainability. Well, it's a true win-win-win. And the places you could use this, the possibilities are almost endless. Just think about the busiest places you know. Airports, train stations, shopping malls, universities, campuses, even temples and stadiums. Any place with a lot of foot traffic suddenly becomes a potential power plant. But here is the long-term vision, and this part is just brilliant. The system doesn't exactly just produce electricity, it produces data. By making sure that all of these footfall and energy data is public through APIs, it becomes a platform. Startups and researchers can tap into this data to build a brand new application for smart cities, everything from urban planning to crowd management. So as we start to wrap this all up, what's the big takeaway? What does this step into the future really look like? With technology like this, we're not just flipping a switch to get power, we're actively participating in creating it. Ladies and gentlemen, the footsteps of India are powerful. With Footsteps to Light, we're not just generating electricity, we're creating awareness, reducing carbon footprints, and building a sustainable smart energy ecosystem. We are Team Voltura, and we believe that the future of energy isn't just solar or wind, it's us walking together into a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.